Simple equation for an enclosed system. Natural world gone missing, plus all our CO2 emissions equals degradation. Waste.
Hello, everyone. Let's see. My audio seems fine. Maybe a little peaky. We'll see. You shouldn't be hearing anything from the game yet. Hello, Avery MD. That's Melissa. I've got cables that I'm negotiating. Video seems fine. Y'all are going to hear fans and possibly what's apparently whale song from a neighbor and so on. I'm going to be a comfy, chill stream. I've got a large Negroni. So, welcome. I am Gregory Avery Weir, and this is Future Proof Plays. As part of Future Proof Games, we every couple weeks play a little as in terms of short indie game that sort of matches our aesthetic or our values. This one's a weird one. I like playing the horror ones. This is, I don't have notes on like what game this is. This is Stars Die by, what's their name? Eric Juvi. It is in the bundle, the Big Itch Racial Justice bundle. So if you got that enormous bundle of hundreds of games, you own this. Otherwise, it's very very affordable. It looks real cool. It's going to be branching narrative, a lot of dialogue, weird flesh cathedrals. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to retweet the go live tweet so that my Twitter followers find out. We've been chatting lately at Future Proof Games about like what are we doing to build our community and how are we communicating effectively, and let us know if you have thoughts about that. One big thing is that we've got an email newsletter that we're trying to make sure that anyone who wants email updates from us can get them. So Melissa will drop that in the chat, and sign up. Other than that, I'll chat about stuff that's going on. There's going to be probably a decent amount of reading, but also some downtimes. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll probably repeat that several times just for folks who haven't joined, because I think at the moment I'm not seeing very many folks on. So let us get started. Excellent. It is supposed to be this pixely, in case you're worried. We're currently in solar eclipse position. That's a large structure. I think that chunky pixel aesthetic always works great for what the fuck is that in games. Like if all of the like kind of PS1 retro 3D style aesthetics work really well for there's a thing over there and I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to be. All right, press interact to click. I've already failed, and I'm so tired. Okay, I will be recording everything from this point onward, because I want you to understand why I did it. Let's see, the time is now 3:56 in the morning. As you already know, I'm Dabowski, volunteer identification number 174-20475, the one who committed the worst possible crime, according to you. I am well aware of the significance of my transgression, but you know the whole will annihilate us all eventually. I knew there was something else that could be done, and now I think I've found it. I'll be frank, I don't know why I'm still alive, but I have to find another way, and no one or nothing will stop me. I can only hope that my actions eventually make sense for you. Forgive me. Solid opening. I did something terrible. I know that I did it. I'm sorry, but it was worth it. Is a good hook. Some good sketches. All right, so we're in the middle of the ocean. I'm breathing into the mic a bit, apparently. Hopefully that's not too much of an issue. Oh, right, I've got an interact button. I don't have much time. I should get going. Let's go, or not yet. I can jump, but I'm in this cabin. That moon's looking odd. I don't know about that moon. All right, let's get going. I don't think the moon was pulsing. I think it was just pixel crawl, but maybe the moon was pulsing. I'm not steering this. The thunder? See this like slow reveal of like, what are we approaching? Like, what is this? And the swimmy pixels slowly resolving into something. Something's breathing. That's is that a crab? Yeah, like in the distance it's like tiny little sparkles and then it unfolds. So it's some kind of Medusa thing going on over there, like the critter, not the mythological creature. Yeah, and then this is like, oh, that's not rock, or if it is, it's like rock with huge fossil inclusions or something. All right, what do we got? We got, first of all, okay, USFF. So I'm a volunteer for the USFF. I don't think that's a real. I don't think that's an organization from our world. Let's see. I can run. Oh, good peppy run. I like that. I also like a good like atmospheric particle effect, just like dust motes or whatever. Should I be going this way? I think I should be going this way into that cove. So yeah, these plants aren't normal plants. So I'm immediately reminded of a very good creepypasta work called, a project, I'll say, called The Mystery Flesh Pit. Okay, I don't think Am I supposed to swim over here? I'll find out. Which is a good, I think they're a Tumblr or a blog or something. But it's someone who has done some other creepypasta stuff and is just documenting this park that is where some folks found this enormous subterranean creature. And something went terribly wrong. But it's all kind of epistolary, told in like documents. United States Fleet Forces, predominantly an administrative body. Okay. So, like, they're the folks that keep track of what boats we have or something? That's different. Sort of trees with polyps on them. So there are people in this game, by the way. This is not going to be like me just exploring a surreal meat cathedral. Given that I know that, it is interesting that it is opening this way. Like, I don't see any people. This is a good texture. Is this like... What is this? Oh, I don't want to bump into those things. That's gross. Sure, training levers coordinate. Okay. But I am a volunteer, so when I volunteer with... I'm volunteer with some group, and presumably not with the USFF, so did I steal that boat? I think this texture is a microscopic image of a cross-section of some flesh. Maybe some cancerous flesh. This looks like some pictures like that I've seen. Alright, so nothing over there. Just gorgeous little... Oh. Music. These critters remind me of like some original Half-Life creature design, or I don't know, the weird eyes are... So my boat's over there. So this is a different boat. Weird ganglia. Okay, another one of these things. So, this Zodiac doesn't have the keys on. If I want to leave, I'll need to find another way. Okay. Do I want to go out to that boat? I don't think so. I don't think I want to go swimming right now. I need to remember next time I do 3D to always just include dust motes or something. It just gives a good sense of speed, of scale. It's a solid technique. So I could, I think, have walked up that... I don't know what to call it, tendril. Oh, the FOV of this game's interesting too. It's very, very zoomed out. See how the... kind of, if you look at the left side of the screen, the weird canting on how that swivels as I move the camera is interesting. It's probably good for motion sickness, but also I think gives a real surreal feel. Yeah, closer to human normal, except that like the angle at which I am seeing that total view is smaller than it would be. Like, this might be, I don't know, 120 or higher, but I'm only seeing it in like 45 degrees of my vision. So it doesn't look right. So this is a completely separate fauna. The scale here is disorienting too, because like, say I'm 5.5 feet tall, like those are some tall ass things, plants, like taller than sunflowers, but they look like they should be ground cover. Um, yeah, Satisfactory that I've been playing with ARAMD has a lot of like falling from heights, and that's a plummeting is a pretty strong motion sickness trigger for a lot of people, I think. There's just a bass pulse periodically. It's real nice. All right, so that's the moon. Okay, it is not changing in size, but it is definitely changing in brightness. Okay, good. I love an incongruous human building in the middle of gross environment. Good shit. And is that's fire or steam or something at the very top of that round ridge? So like, environment design on this game is just fucking top notch. Like, I can tell whatever these things are, they're out of place. Got just a whole bunch of, those are eggs. Those are all eggs. They're clearly just fucking xenomorph eggs. Good old temporary construction. Imagine working in this facility and seeing a human you don't recognize be like, is there anyone here? Peeking in through the windows and stuff. Like, if that person looks to the left and sees me, that would be very, very troubling. Dr. S. Miyazawa, SSRL, head of research. SSRL. Oof, creepy. I can't go inside that way. Dr. R. Rigg, biology. Okay, so we're introducing some characters. Ooh, they got some samples in there. Speaking of Half-Life, it's just a fucking Half-Life soldier in there. Mr. P. Eldridge, security department. I like it when a person is an entire security department. Am I missing a control? Sorry, just radio. Do I have a radio yet? I do not. So I can't enter through any of those means. Can I say hi to this? I can at least get in this person's view, I think. I can't. Ooh, good layout work there. They might be able to see me here, though. Hey. I really appreciate a walking sim with just a solid-ass run. A porta potty. That just, like, does that porta potty just go into a hole in this weird coral? I really feel like I should be able to get into this building now. No interaction prompt. Oh, okay. I just need to walk into it. Oh, hello. Hold up. I want to talk to you. If you want to talk, go to the lab. Okay. Oh, presumably I need to interact with this person, waiting for everyone to arrive. Okay. This is all fine. We always have to do it your way, huh? Obviously. The whole world's going to hell, and all you care about is your fucking research. All of you will end up like that dead thing simply because you didn't listen to me. You never do. Exactly. We never do, never will. Besides, Miyazawa can take the credit for this one. That will be all Eldridge. Fucking hell, why'd you even bring me here? This isn't over. Maybe clicking on the door worked. It's Eric Juvi, everybody. It's the developer. Welcome. I'm loving this so far, by the way. You, mystery girl. Person who randomly showed up on this flesh cathedral. It would have been better if you talked to Dr. Ngugi first. I can never make that sound. Ngugi. Doesn't matter. There's important work to do, and you may prove useful after all. I don't like being used is not exactly good social stuff. I'll go with what do you want? What do you want? As you may have seen already, we're not the only ones here. This pangolin being just one example. This dead pangolin, you mean? Enough. We're trying to understand what's happening to these creatures. Oh boy. I do admit I was expecting a little more of a who the fuck are you and why are you here? Maybe this happens all the time. Oh boy, understand what happened to these creatures. What have you discovered so far? We have nothing, basically. All the animals we've seen show some mutations all over their body. As far as we can tell from this one, it's completely harmless, believe it or not. Ooh, always good to have a harmless body mutation. There was, however, some abnormal behavior, but that's about it. I'm sure it's fine. Now to your next question. If he was healthy, why is he dead then? You can ask that to Dr. Miyazawa. We're scientists doing our job. Don't lecture me about this. You know how important this is, what we're fighting against. The bigger picture takes priority over individual lives. Especially when we're dealing with the whole. You know that. I don't think this is the whole. And what did we learn? He died for nothing. We had to try. Have you taken samples of the mutate? That's an insulting question. Where did it come from? No idea. Believe me, we've been thorough. We have nothing. Let's get back to work. There's much to be done. Our sensors are detecting multiple creatures around the area we call the Blue Forest. It's to the right as soon as you leave this base. They're not moving, but we know they're alive. That's a troubling sentence. Yep. You still haven't told me what I'm supposed to do. I will give you instructions there if needed. Hey! Wait, this doesn't make any sense. I come here out of nowhere in the middle of this research, and a few minutes later you already trust me enough to assist you? Fair point. As you can imagine, I don't like the idea of a stranger wandering around my facilities. And I know you came here for a reason, so I prefer to keep you close where I can see you. Fair enough. The story does have to happen. I'm not teasing. It's just like this is exactly the sort of thing when you're writing a story. You're like, how do I make this work? Sure, let's help. So this is the store page for this states that it is a branching plotline, 5 endings, I think, and I kind of have the impression that the way it's written that there's kind of separate paths. Like it's not that like you do one thing and then it splits at the end, or like you do some stuff where it's interwoven. I get the impression it's like I can follow this path out to one ending and then this path out to another ending. We'll see if that's true. Sure, I will see you there. So wait, where am I supposed to go? Go talk to Ngugi already. How do I... Yeah, I don't see a way to scroll up. I'll check the keys. Oh, yeah, I can't access the keys now. Before you go, here, take a radio. If you're lost or can't find someone, give us a call. The amount of work it takes to keep track of like independent agents moving around a space, have I ever tried? I don't think I've ever tried that because it's just such a fucking pain. Lots of respect for for managing that, even if it does sometimes result in like, no, go to the lab. This scene has to happen in the lab. Okay. I can skip cutscenes. I can zoom. That's handy to know. Flashlight. Yeah, I can imagine like. Okay, so it is click. It just doesn't show an interaction when I expect it to, which would be clearer if it did. So, and I do get an interaction on this Godzilla, but can't do anything with it. So those some maybe graphs and sample pictures. Okay. I can say I need to know the location of someone, or I don't require any directions. Hi, I'm at the clinic in my office. I don't require any more directions. Okay. Where? Okay, so clinic. Presumably over here. There's grunt over there. Haha. Great model work. Is that? Sorry, I'm going to geek over graphics a bit. There's rim lighting going on this model. To see the, yeah, I don't think that's baked in. Yeah, so there's rim lighting going on that helps distinguish the kind of their arms from the rest of their body, in this real lo-fi pixely style. Like huge, like look this huge ass cell shading rim lighting there. It's just gorgeous. Okay. Hello there, I'm Dr. Ngugi. You're that stranger everyone's talking about. It's a good thing you're here. I wanted to ask if you're okay doing a quick medical check. Thank you. That's a thing that everyone should have been like, talk to him first. It's just in case. You never know how the body may react to a place like this. But don't worry, so far we have no reasons to believe there's anything dangerous other than the giant mutated lesions forming on the local pangolins. Get this over with. I'm not going to do it. I've actually been feeling like shit for the past few days, so let's do it. I can't. You won't like what you'll see? What are you going to do exactly? This is... Oof. Okay. Let's go with I've been feeling like shit. There's an interactive fiction concept. It's the accretive PC, I think. I'm tempted. But there's this concept of like, are you forming a character? Like, is the character pre-established and kind of understood and communicated at the beginning of your first playthrough and remains constant? Or is the character something that you're uncovering through multiple playthroughs? The classic example is Varicella by Adam Cadre, maybe? Where, like, your character is a Machiavelli type who has an elaborate plan for how to deal with all their enemies, but you don't know their plan the first playthrough, and so you play through and lose multiple times through this game and learn more about them each time you play until your final playthrough is you actually acting as this character with all their knowledge. And there's sort of that, but there's also, like, actually taken from the same era of IF, there's a game like Galatea where the choices you make during the game change what the character is, what the character was all along. So, like, I'm curious as to if I'm like, all right, I'm ready, like, if I'm fine, but if I'm like, you won't like what you'll see, I'm not fine. So, the thing, I can't, you won't like what you'll see. It's real tempt. Yeah, I'll do it. Okay. What's that supposed to mean? Well, Miyazawa did tell me you'd probably reject it and that I shouldn't insist if you did. This is really unlike her, but I won't question it. That being said, please let me know if you experience any discomfort. See, now I want to go back and be like, no, check me out. Tell me what's wrong with me. He's like, I'm about to talk to you. She's always trying to have everyone under control. Characterization. Don't tell her I said that. Okay, so I cannot back out of that. Anatomy of the brain. Yeah, her story is definitely an example of one of those where, like, minor spoilers, I guess. You don't know who you're playing at the start, and later on you find out stuff that contextualizes the actions you've been doing all along. Like a good hazmat suit in the game. Dog. Airport paperback. Good characterization through props. Always like environmental storytelling. All right, Miyazawa, where are you? Miyazawa, where are you right now? I wonder if that is supposed to be Mr. The fact that the radio stayed up makes me suspect that maybe that was not intentional, but we'll see. Is the rim lighting on? Yeah, okay. Interesting. Well, is that rim lighting or is that specular? That might be specular. Okay. So I'm supposed to... Yeah, sorry, I should be reading this. This is tiny on your screen. I need to know the location of someone. Eldritch, where are you right now? How the hell did you... I bet Rig did this, goddammit. I'll be staying at the base, so don't bother me. Okay, where is Rig? Rig, where are you right now? Okay. Yeah, they're definitely dead or infected or something. Okay, Blue Forest. This looks like a blue forest. Is where those critters were supposed to be. It's gorgeous shit. C. Avery MD. Now I'll have to play again to find out what's wrong with me. Oh, there they are. I'm teasing. I'm just gonna put this radio away real quick. What the fuck? Hey, Miyazawa. These caiman? Infected caiman, I think. You're all leaving. I didn't get to talk to you. Where are you going? Hey, Miyazawa. Not now. We can talk when we're up there. I also like an ominous convo choice. I just also always wish I could take all of the convo choices and witness the entire structure of the game at once. Because I'm a dork. What the fuck? Is that the steam I was seeing, or is this something else? I think this is the big round structure. This is some very Half-Life 1 shit. Very good. Also a little bit of System Shock 2. Good moon placement. I don't know why I'm being so evaluative about this game. Like, I need to fucking review it as I play. I just often things are jumping out at me is real cool. Am I going down now? real good. Good vistas. Like, so much of this sort of like environmental architecture design of games is like, what can the player see from other places? There's speaking of Half-Life, there's some writing by Valve on like tips for level designers and stuff that talks about a lot of that. So this steam is coming from. Is this the hole? What the fuck is that? Is that the? Is that has not always been in the sky? Because that's the moon. That's not the moon. Also, that's also not the moon. Are we on Earth? Waiting for everyone to arrive. So it's like a pattern? Rig should be able to hear us now. Connection is on. Oh, I thought we were on Earth. Wait, given that we saw the opening scene seems to be Earth in eclipse. So, I don't know. Are you there? Yes, I'm here. Like you said, I'm watching it on the screen right now. Oh, Soldier Boy's also here. It's very clear they're not random tremors. Our sensors are still gathering data. Should help us determine its origin, but there's something odd about it. What's up with this smog? Nothing too important right now. No, hold on. It has a similar composition to volcanic gas, but it definitely isn't. Is this cathedral some sort of communication system using tremors as like... Because tremors propagate around the world. Not Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy. Is one of the endings just you going like, I'm not interested, I don't know what you're talking about, I'm leaving. What was that you mentioned about a pattern? The rate at which the smoke is being expelled seems to match with the periodic tremors. You're right, they appear to be related. Hold on, analysis of the sensors just finished. It should be on your way. Great, I'm receiving it. Let's see. Amazing. What is it? Excuse me. These are vital signs. I was on point about my mystery flesh pit, apparently. The fuck? The tremors. They're not earthquakes. It's a heartbeat. No fucking way. Wait, then this whole place? Alright, I hope we've all learned our lesson. Eldritch just like, peace. Start packing the essentials. We evac in 15 minutes. That's right, run away again like you people always do. Oof. Don't tell a soldier he's a coward. I'm not going anywhere. It's just bad strategy. Why don't you just shut the fuck up for once, Rig? We don't know what this thing is. We have no intel, no equipment, and no personnel to deal with this situation. There's like 5 of us. For some reason, there's only 5 of us. We're way over our heads here. 4 of us. I'm the one that makes that call, not you. I'm trying to protect you all. We don't need your protection. We don't need your protection. You're the most dangerous one in this place. Dangerous one in this place. My God, get over it. Now is not the time to bring that up. Don't you see it? This is it. This is what's been killing us all this time. Even if that's true, all the more reason to stay. You're insane. Hey, Doc, don't tell me you want to stay too. I don't know. I need time to think. Fucking hell, we don't have time to think. I feel like someone should have been like, maybe this island's alive earlier. Just take the Zodiac. It should have enough fuel for you to return to ADAC. Whatever. I'll take it. If you change your mind, you can come if I haven't left yet. Always time to bring up that Eldritch is violent. I'm not coming with it. Imagine being like, I know what I've done. I've done something terrible. I'm sorry, everyone, but this is a thing I need to do. Showing up to this weird island, getting to know people, and then being like, you know what? I'm out too. So those of you who are staying, what will you do? Obviously, find a way to go underground is the current priority. Is that obvious? Is the current priority? No, that doesn't make sense. You won't find what you're looking for. Going down there won't be the solution. It said ADAC. What did you come here to do, Rig? I should leave. There's not much time left. What? Time left for what? Rig? Rig, respond. Stay at the base. I'm going there now. What are you up to this time? I feel like the way I've been playing this character is a little more in line with the Rig. I also just kind of want to jump in that hole. I kind of want to jump in that hole. I kind of want to go down this hole. Okay, that's where they're going. What happens if I jump in this hole? Take a big whiff of that volcanic gas. I think it would be counter to what this game is doing, but it would be hilarious if just like you fucking died if you did that. Just like, why did you inhale that volcanic gas? It's like in a Skyrim or something like that, which Skyrim comes up way too often. I'm gonna jump in this hole. Okay, good. It's just a shortcut. What was I saying? When you like walk on a campfire or in a hearth in a game like that, and you take fire damage, and it's like something that's so disruptive to the game. Okay, so that's soldier going down. Oh man, that even like whether or not there's pathfinding involved in these folks' movements, whether it's just hand mapped or path found, just this is a huge ass space for agents to be wandering around and getting lost on and potentially colliding with each other. Ugh. I do not envy the development process here. All right, what was I doing? I'm talking to Rig. Among all these eggs with some ominous ass music. I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We're so close. What is wrong with you? Whatever it is you think you're trying to fight against, don't bother. This place isn't the origin of our extinction. It's all pathfinding? Ugh. I would probably be lazy and just, like, draw paths. This place isn't the origin of our extinction. It's the reaction to it. Look at Dabowski, for example. It's me. Honestly, I'm surprised it took me this long to realize. She's the deserter. Oh boy. And deserter, the fucking tabloids speak for you now. No idea who that is, but you've mistaken me for someone else. And you're the asshole. I didn't come here to listen to this shit. I'm out. I think I just go and I'm like, yeah, don't scan me. You won't like it. Well, I don't have to tell you how bad it is inside the hole. Okay, so I'm a volunteer to work inside the hole, which maybe is extinction. What the cause of our extinction? I know where you're getting at. Where you're getting at? I considered it too. Wait, you knew who she was? Why didn't you say so before? You really think I would have let her stay if I hadn't recognized her? Alternate motivation for the rando shows up. I guess you're right. Anyway, it's been weeks since you left. Weeks, that's impossible. She should be dead already. So being in the hole, or else something that happened to me as the observer, means that I should be dead. She should. I know you rejected it, but I'm sure if you did the blood test now, it would show you still have plenty of time left alive. This place is saving your life. It was doing so even before you arrived. That's why you came. It's well known that Viridian is more effective in some people. A lot of lore are getting dropped. Keeping the user alive for this long may be unprecedented, but it's too soon to assume it's because of this place. Look around, she's not the only one. Those animals, this entire place, even us, so the mutations aren't harmless. It's just that this place just keeps people alive, which is a mixed bag. I mean, yay transhumanism, but it's transforming us. I don't know, kid, the doctor says. This isn't... You're saying we should be okay with all this? It sounds wrong. I've seen what happens to those who fully accept this miracle. So have you, Dabowski. Keep me out of your crazy shit is a pretty solid answer. Hmm. Abraham says, I'm probably off base when I see the dip out options everywhere. I keep thinking about the fact that consent isn't really consent if you can't nope out. Yeah. The Last of Us 2 has been in the discourse lately, and one of the criticisms that's drawn on that game, I haven't played it, one of the criticisms that's drawn on it is that it's a game which seems to be problematizing violence and yet requires that you do the violence. Like, there's no option to not do it. In many cases, apparently you can reduce it quite a bit, but not entirely. And yeah, What Remains of Edith Finch is a game which is about this ongoing march towards death. And the fact that presumably if we go to the Zodiac, we won't just get murdered. The fact that we can just leave means that we are even genuinely as the player choosing to stay. We don't have agency in the sense that we can truly guide. There's clearly a few branching paths here, but this is a game where it's no, you chose to stay here. You had the option to object. So my character presumably does know what she means, but I'm going to say I don't know what you mean, because I want some more explanation. I don't know what you mean. We must embrace it and become greater, far greater than we ever could have been. It's sounding a little Dead Spacey. It's so, yay transhumanism, boo, we must embrace the change and become as gods. But enough of this. Is this how we're going to do things? Is this what it will take for you to feel good about yourself? Oof. Even if this theory was accurate, it's unacceptable. We face a mortal crisis that we can't even be trusted to solve ourselves. The world is united against the whole, but suddenly we need this thing? Some kind of massive parasite to come and save us? Let alone who knows why it cares, why it even wants us alive. You're a scientist personifying a giant flesh island 5 minutes after you learn that it was alive. I don't see any transcendence here, only utter obsolescence. Robin, please. I might be with Ngugi here. Hold on, just everybody shut up and let me think. Could this really save us? Oh no, I misread that line. That's not... Robin is Rig? So it's, Robin, please, could this really... No, Robin is... Anyway, he's more fascinating than I thought he was. Not just that. We will become so much more, too. No, but I don't want to stop being who I am. You do so every moment of every day. Do you not see where we are headed? So what? It's up to us alone to find a way. I'm a sucker for a bunch of people stand and make speeches about their philosophical perspectives. Games that do that thing I said. It's up to us alone to find a way. The whole is way beyond our reach. You know it is. This is not just our only option, it's the best possible outcome. Then let us die if that's where we're going. Survival at all costs is a joke. Also makes some good points. You have a solution right here in front of you and you would reject it because of your fucking pride? To call this a solution, it's delusional and childish at best. Condensation of time in stories is interesting because this 5-minute conversation would actually, among real people, be 4 hours of being okay, what do we know? Let's write it up on the whiteboard. What are the pros and cons like? But of course, you wouldn't. I mean, I would absolutely play that game, but that's not this game. To call this a solution is delusional and childish at best. Stop thinking you can save the world on your own. This isn't about the planet. Earth has endured worse things. We haven't. As the most advanced species, we're the rightful rulers of this planet. Wow, Miyazawa, going all eco-fascist suddenly. But that's not enough. We need to learn to be the responsible rulers as well if we intend to deserve the title. Okay, that's a little less eco-monarchist? I don't know. If we're incapable of solving this on our own, we'd simply be delaying the inevitable. You keep thinking at a local level. This isn't about us or this planet. It's way bigger. None of this is up to us. We're dealing with things outside of our control. No, you just gave up. I will make sure to put an end to all of it myself. Sorry, but I'm with Rig here. I'm not sure that's actually possible. It's too much, even for you. That's what I've kept hearing all my life. This place is not the key to stopping the whole. We are. What the fuck is the whole? But first I need to deal with that thing underground, whatever it is, whatever it's doing. Huh. Okay. I deal with that thing underground. I did not immediately read as murder it. This creature is beyond anything we've ever seen before. What makes you think you can possibly stop it? How are you going to deal with it? I agree you must find a way to stop this. Or are you talking about attempting communication? I think the latter. This is my own biases here. I think definitely the latter. Like, I mean, deal with it, like, talk to it? Like, maybe we should talk to it? Let's talk to it. Are you talking about attempting communication? Not necessarily, but this being is drawing others toward this place. It seems to have a specific purpose, so intelligence is likely and communication can't be discarded. Typo. That's a hell of an assumption, Miyazawa. Although, I mean, I guess if they're kind of arguing that Dabowski was drawn here, and so maybe they're all like looking back and being like, oh yeah, this was definitely psychic control that brought all of us on this project. That's absurd. You really think we could ever understand anything it says to us? I like that Rig is the one who's like, this is glorious transcendence, will become unto gods. We can't understand this thing, and Miyazawa's the one who's like, be realistic. We can absolutely talk to this thing. That's good. Be like an ant trying to communicate with us. If the being is so intelligent, I'm sure it can find a way. That inability probably goes both ways. This immediate jump from it's alive to it's a hyper-intelligence is interesting, but I guess Rig was already kind of operating mystically, so that's fine. Sure, if he's so intelligent, I'm sure it can find a way. No, you overestimate how it works. So that's it then? That is a hell of a statement to lie dangling. You overestimate how it works. So that's it then? You won't even try? You just want to laugh at us silly little humans for being too stupid to understand anything. The implication that Rig has already been transcending? This isn't about us being too dumb. It's neuroscience. Of course we can't. Evolution creates radically diverse brains with entirely different cognitive structures. Intelligence isn't a binary property. We can barely even communicate with the known smartest beings on the planet, let alone this one. Known smartest beings on the... yeah. It's a hard sentence to construct. It won't be possible unless you allow this place into yourself. And then she goes culty again. Maybe you're the one underestimating this creature and us. Even if that fails, that's not the only option. You're hoping for an impossible conclusion. This games that are about like, what should we do? Branching paths. Mine included, often suffer from the thing of like, we need to decide what to do right now. We can't like do two things at once and see how they each turn out. Which, I mean, is just a matter of just like implementation complexity. Like that's just not feasible for most projects. But it's just like, how about we try to communicate with it? I mean, I haven't gotten the implication that like we're gonna die in 15 minutes. So like, try and chat with it. If that doesn't work, then we can transcend into beings of glorious flesh. You're hoping for an impossible conclusion. Perhaps, but I'm desperate. You said it yourself. You want a future no matter what. I want a future we fought for, a future we deserve. Our lives must belong to no one but ourselves. But it's like Riggs said, this is much bigger than this place. It has to be. Please don't do this. You'll only get killed. And what are you proposing exactly? Do you have an alternative, a master plan, anything at all? Y'all need to get concrete. Y'all need to talk about next steps. Getting in the weeds here. Hey, Abe. We'll be fine. There's no more reason for you to be here. You did all you could. Sorry I asked you to come here. Please, just go with Eldritch and leave this place. But why leave? Come on, kid. Credit me with some intelligence. It's futile. You know it is. I'm really sorry. Don't worry about it. I know you always had good intentions. This is just too much for me, so don't hold it against me if I don't accompany you. Of course not, but what are you going to do then? Honestly? I have no idea. I like this dude. Nothing, I guess. It's not like it would make any difference. You do what you have to do, kid. I will. Thank you for everything you've done for me. I'm sorry it wasn't as much as I should have, but you're welcome. I wonder, so I haven't gotten the impression that, like, there hasn't been an opportunity to, like, ask people, what's your relationship with this person? I don't get the impression that I've missed a whole lot of journals and logs. It's interesting that, like, these characters have a history, and it might not be one that I have access to, which is kind of cool. Thank you, too, for being there. Good luck, Dr. Geek. Wait, I want to come with you. Or ... Yeah, good luck. Is that a cable knit? I think that's a cable knit sweater. Thanks, kid. Oh yeah, I can see it more clearly here. Maybe. Yeah, probably. Or else it's like some sort of weird science jumpsuit. Hope you find what you're looking for. Miyazawa, it's been a pleasure. Doctor. And Googie out. I guess it's all up to me now. Oof, okay. I appreciate a game that lets me be like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Okay, so, and me, you're wrong, there's no salvation in the future that you see. What do you even want to do? Or I need to think about all of this first. I think I want, what do you even want to do? Like I said, we're growing now, becoming unbound. Again, concrete, what the fuck does that mean? Then, well, the future is waiting for us, the whole universe. Your ominous answers don't clarify anything. Of course they don't. I needed to accept that I have my limits, and that's perfectly fine. This place is inconceivable. All I have are my convictions. I mean, you're Riggs. You're a scientist, right? That's the biologist. I think Miyazaki's the administrator, and Rig is officially the biology department. How I'm going to act with the little knowledge I have. I'm sure that applies to everyone else here. We have our own conclusions, and we know our role in this one way or another. How are we going to do it? How are we going to do it, or what exactly will it entail, is something for each one to see, including you. Yeah, I'm going to need to talk to someone who has, like, just a next step. Just, like, go to X place. Maybe stick a fork in it. Like, someone who's, like, who's not just, like, give ourselves into the infinity of the universe. I need to think about all this first. Consider your options. Stop this. So this feels like, this list feels like the pick your ending list, which I may have missed opportunities to inform myself, but I don't feel like I know enough about, like, what's going on in order to, like, to make a decision. Like what I'm seeing here is 5 or 6 endings. Like, I don't know if Think It Through actually will give me time to think it through, but like, I don't know what Miyazawa thinks she's stopping or how she thinks she'll stop it. I guess I understand Gugi's perspective. I understand Eldritch, sure. I also don't understand what Rig wants to do. Like, what is it like? What does your transcendence entail? Are you just hop in a vent? Are you gonna like stick your face in one of these clearly eggs? What's I don't know. I'm worried that Think It Through will lock me out of everything and kind of put it in the find my own way step. But I think I'm gonna go with Think It Through. Although, does chat have requests? So the options are: I'm going to stop this with Miyazawa. I'm leaving with Eldritch while I'm still alive. Eldridge. Although, Eldritch. There's some Lovecraft here. So Eldritch is like, I'm going to take this Zodiac, this boat, and peace out. I'm a soldier. I'm not fighting monsters. I'm not becoming a monster. Fuck it. I'll stay with Ngui. There's nothing else that can be done, which is sort of a chill out, what will happen sort of perspective. I don't know yet. I'll have to think it through first. Fuck it. I will find my own way, which I don't know what that way will be. Okay, your choices in this dialogue aren't definitive. Good to know. Thank you. Or no, I want to go with you, Rig. So unless chat, I'll wait for a little while longer for chat to have an opinion on general path, because I'll probably stick with this approach, whatever comes here. But if anyone has a suggestion, otherwise, I think I'm going to go with Think It Through. Lucy's saying Think It Through. Countdown. I don't remember what the lag is on this. I think it's okay. Got 2 votes for Think It Through. Okay. Fair enough. This isn't something you should decide on a whim. Just bear in mind that just because you want to go with one of us, that person will want you with them. It's a very going meta for a sec. The game being like, you get to pick whichever one you pick. You can stick with it. Miyazawa, are you sure this is what you want? Unlike you, I'm perfectly happy to live and die the way that I am. I know better than to misguide my contempt towards my own kind instead of the real threat. You misunderstand. If I ever thought we were deserving of such hatred, I would never fight for our future in the first place. That's a good kind of framing of that sort of transhumanism debate, which is like the I don't know, anti-transhumanist folks. Some might assume that transhumanism is because you don't want to be human, whereas in reality, I think, myself included, transhumanism is a part out of the love of humanity. Like, we are great and we can keep being, like, we have potential and we can exercise that potential by becoming, by changing, by adapting, by evolving. I like that. Despite our many flaws, we're still worth saving. We can't do it alone, not this time. In reality, you're just abandoning us. No, it's you who's clinging to an obsolete vision. This is our purpose. A stupid one. The sort of like what would be the name for the process? Mystification, the spiritualization of this process is interesting, because like you could be like, no, I want to get cool psychic god tumors, and have that not be like, this is an essential purpose, this is the goal of our species. But I mean, again, in the classic style of games about philosophies arguing with each other, you present extreme visions of each one, because like, I mean, personally, if there was a reasonable transhumanist here being like, well, we'll proceed slowly, we'll like, how about since I'm the one that's enthusiastic, how about, I do whatever the fuck it is that I actually intend to do, eat a spore or something, and You all can monitor me carefully, and we see how it progresses, and then we, take gradual steps. If there was someone who was making that argument, be like, yeah, fuck, do that thing. But if you're presenting, this what's the Marxist term, dialectic. If you're presenting this conversation between opposing or between distinct viewpoints, you kind of need those viewpoints to be opposed. All right, this is our purpose, a stupid one. Then this is goodbye. Good luck, Miyazawa. I mean it. I wish I could believe in your utopia. Your stay human utopia. You will never learn. Cold. Oof, that awkward walk where y'all have to go in the same direction, and so you're kind of like, oh, we already said good luck. So we're all heading in the same direction, huh? I'll hey, where are you right now? I'm just taking a walk. Try to find some quiet place by the shore. That's a big mood. Shit, where'd they go? Stalling by taking out your cell phone. Yeah, I just lost track of both of them. All right. So I don't feel like without talking to someone, I can get further information. I don't know that this game has presented the idea of like checking documents. So I think I will follow Rig. Not really perfect perspectives. Good ideology is definitely tempered. It's generally tempered by a bad personality or poor implementation. Yeah, like even if you're a personification of a philosophy, you can't actually enact that ideally. Follow the moon. That's a good fucking line. If you want to talk, go to the blue forest and turn left. I'm waiting. Oh shit. Okay. I take that back. You know what? Maybe this is imminent and we don't have time to do a pro-con because... Okay, so first of all, not all of those heavenly bodies are visible from where I am. So when I was on top of there, I could see 2 planets in the sky. Yep, you told me. Here I can only see the moon, and that is presumably whatever that structure was that was in orbit in the opening. It was a weird Lovecraftian monstrosity. Okay. Cross the bridge and turn left. Follow the moon. Okay. Ooh. I like what? There's a undersea critter that these weird spine trees look like. You. No. I don't need you. The fuck? I don't need you where I'm going. And nobody needs me here either. I don't really understand what your intentions are. I'm going to leave far away to do what we were always meant to do. You need to... Specificity is important. Excuse me. Where? Away from here. Earth is going to require some time to rest. We're not needed here. And there is much to do. There is much to do is a very kind of Hellraiser-y line. I have such sights to show you. What's wrong with Earth? Alright, let me know if the music's too loud. What's wrong with Earth? All right, then I'm ready to leave with you. What about the people that will stay? Not with me, there isn't. I'm not going anywhere with you. I feel like this is a question that is obvious to someone who has spent time in the hole, but I'm going to ask what's wrong with Earth. Nothing. Not anymore. Earth was eating itself from the inside out. Do you think the hole was our fault? No. Well, maybe indirectly, but it doesn't matter. This is how life has always worked. The creation and recreation. And the augment of rebirth. Life doesn't care about our wonders and devastation. Some things are discarded because they're unneeded, while others are preserved and improved. It's a little, sort of like intentionality of evolution vibes in there that I feel like is weird for a biologist, right? Because biologists totally understand that, like, evolution tends in a direction. That's not because it has a plan. But discarded because they are unneeded is like, no, they're discarded because they didn't happen to get perpetuated. Which, I mean, I think that Rig is supposed to be a sort of, this also has the Dig vibes to it, a certain amount. I think Rig is supposed to be like, you've betrayed in some sense your scientific background, because like she's clearly talking in like mystical terms, not scientific terms. Some things are discarded because they're no longer needed, while others are preserved and improved. What will we become? No one knows. Not that it matters. Everything is changing, transforming. We are all a part of this cleansing pestilence. Yeah, see, it's lines like that, they're like, you're getting culty right there. The how will depend on each individual. Look, you're here. Someone or something led you here. You can't quite explain that, yet here you are. So let me ask you, why do you think you're here? Oh boy. So here's another thing that I'm going to want opinions from chat on. I was sent here to witness the future of the universe. I was sent here to witness the extinction of mankind. I was sent here to stop the extinction of mankind. I was sent here to transcend mankind. There is no reason. It was just an accident, a side effect, or I don't know for sure yet. That's why I'm here, to understand why I'm drawn to this place. I think personally, I would pick to understand why I'm drawn to this place, but I'm open to other options. Yeah, so it's witness the future, witness extinction, stop extinction, transcend. There is no reason, which is kind of what the biologists should be arguing. Rig should be arguing, or I don't know for sure. The inquiry stance, to understand. You would. Lucy is an inquiry kind of person. I guess witness the future and to understand are sort of parallel. One is a little more investigative. To bear witness is sort of a passive thing, whereas to understand is a seeking. Okay, yeah, I'll go with to understand. I don't know for sure yet. That's why I'm here, to understand why I'm drawn to this place. Well, then this is the time to decide. You need to make your choice now. Okay, that's the game being like, no, fuck you, make a decision. Very well, I'm ready. I can wait for you a bit longer if you need some time to make a final decision. That's the game being like, well, hold on, you can talk to the others. I'll take some time to think about it. Very well, think things through. But remember, I won't be here forever. I hope there's not a time limit. That would be shitty. Alright, Miyazawa, where are you? At the course truck stole. The shore. Core or shore? I'm not sure which. Yeah, I would be surprised at a time limit. But I don't know. I'm not gonna make assumptions about this game. So she definitely said down. I should have fucking followed her. I am curious as to whether that moon is getting worse in real time or whether it was plot events that triggered it. Alright, so I climbed up there. I would also be very surprised at falling damage. I don't know if this is the right way. Oh, there's the other fucking planet. Which is breaking apart, which I don't think it was earlier. Or is that the sun? No, it can't be the sun. It's way too big to be the sun. May end up in Gogi or whatever his name is. There's my boat. I assume I can just, like, fucking leave. Yeah, she seemed to want to go underground. So that's... Okay, so dude's fucking left. Soldier Boy's like, fuck all y'all, I'm gone. Okay, there's steam coming from there. Is that a place I can go usefully? Maybe this is a fall down the hole situation. If the developer is still in chat, I am curious as to whether the changes in the island are in real time or triggered by conversations. Can I get in that hole? No. Okay. Both. Okay, interesting. Can I go this way? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I can just fucking jump down this hole. Fuck it. This might be an ending. That's fine. I should be able to climb back up. If you say so. You did spend time in the hole, so I'm gonna believe you. Okay, that's real dark. Oh, I've got a flashlight. Creepy. Okay, you know what? Let's see if the other path is better. And by better, I mean more brightly lit. Nope. Also cut off by a sphincter. Not a sphincter. A hymen. Perforated membrane. Not all hymens look like that, but some do. That's actually real heavily covered for that structure. Ah, creepy flashlight down a tunnel. Good times. If I'd followed Miyazawa through this, it would have been real interesting to see her make her way through all those fucking structures. Speaking of pathfinding nightmares, what the fuck? Got a very strong eye imagery going on here. Oh, this star pattern is part of the like the cover image for the game on itch is like Earth in front of this blossom. Hey, buddy. This, what is this? I was really hoping you knew, Miyazawa. You really sounded like you had a plan. The heartbeats are further below, but this, it's something else living down here. Multiple macroorganisms? How do you know? Is this thing responsible for everything? We need to destroy this. Coming here was a mistake. With such a marvelous place, I can't let you ruin this. I'll say, how do you know? I'm just going to inquire some more. You're still alive. Good. It's not what produces that loud heartbeat. This has a pulse of its own. This may be what created this whole place then. Especially considering how it has been drawing us here from the start. A lot of leaps of logic here, Miyazawa. You are not the cold, analytical observer you think you are. Cold is unfair. But, like, you're making just as many assumptions as Rig. I stand by what I said. We are the only ones responsible for saving ourselves. If we trust our lives, this game uses lives instead of lives a lot. If we trust our lives to something else, who knows what for? What do we have left? We're slaves, a worthless existence, already condemned. I mean, I'm a fan of the don't, when a god comes and says they'll make you glorious, maybe don't believe them. Dead people walking. But it's offering the possibility of an alternative. Oh, okay. So this is saying, if we trust our lives, who knows what for what we have left? Without this thing, we're already condemned. But it's offering us an alternative. We're exactly where this place wants us. If it wanted to kill us, it would have done so already. But it seems increasingly obvious it wants us for something. You're personifying the hell out of this weird wallflower. Wants to use us for something, most likely. I can't expect good intentions, but what other choice do I have? It all leads to this being. What are you going to do then? I still think we should destroy it just in case. If it's alive, maybe we can try to communicating to it somehow. Or, hold on, what even is this creature? I am tempted by both of the last two. I really want the communicating, so I'm going to pick that. Even though I also want to ask, what the hell is going on? I doubt just talking would work. So if it's alive, maybe we can try communicating to it somehow. I doubt just talking would work. We may have to play by its rules and hope that's enough. It's not much, I know, but we don't really have better options. If it's all between this creature and me, I'm ready. I can't let humanity drift in a future towards nothing. I'm well aware how likely success is. But a deserved death is more preferable than an undeserved life. I think you've got some invalid premises in that sentence. I don't know that if anyone deserves anything, it's life, and I don't know that anyone deserves death, so what will it be, deserter? Do you have the determination needed for what's beyond? She asked, as fucking mystically as Rig did. I do. I'm ready to do anything it takes. No, this won't stop our death. The only way to survive is to embrace our new selves. No, I'm going to find a way to destroy it. It's the only way to make sure. Or I need to think about this before making a decision. So, at the moment, kind of in the stuff we have available, it looks like it's. I'm a little confused by there are two organisms because there's also the whole, which I don't know what the whole is. But it seems Rig is like, let's transcend, leave Earth, become something else. Not Miyazawa. Fuck, what's her name? Anyway, she's like, let's try and communicate with this other entity, not the central pulse, but this flower thing, and try and stop the ending of humanity. There seems to be another options like, no, I'm going to destroy it, which maybe is Dabowski's ending. Just each ending maps to a person, presumably. Yeah, I think those are the three that are kind of currently available. Is that blue spreading? Or is that just animated from the center of the flower? Alright, what do I do here? I'm liking her perspective better than the rig, I have to say. Like, she seems to know what she's talking about a bit more. Any strong opinions in chat against going into this flower? Is it closing? Or is it just the angle? Shit's definitely spreading. I'm going to do whatever it takes here. Good. Our trip may be long and hard, but if we endure, we will earn our place in this universe forever. Again, jumping to some conclusions, Miyazawa. Whoa. I'm walking on something. Some sort of membrane or substance. Good bioimagery in this game. Like, this at first seemed like an eye, and then became kind of yonic, and now is looking a little more mouth throaty. A lot of blue streamers. That is, blue's a very good, like, very few things in biology are blue. Now, is there a resolution, or is it like, you get to find out, like, you get to imagine? Well, this is some sort of resolution. So we got some galaxies, we got some floating gems. Got like a fucking distortion up ahead. I don't know if I have movement. Impossible. I cannot access my radio. Yeah, I'm not walking forward. I don't seem to be able to move at all. If I am, it's so slow that it's nothing. I was so wrong. Calling this a bad ending? Is that what's going on? Or just like, oh, they're just as powerless as we are. What the shit is that? Where am I? What are these things? We were never meant to be saved. What do we do now? This game is gorgeous, by the way, and some fucking credits. Redesign, character designs and portraits. Okay, so a lot of folks worked on more folks worked on this than I realized. Writing consultants. I apologize for making it out to be just one person. Dialogue plugins. Or Unity plugins. It was real good. Yeah. I'm curious as to whether this game, if you experience the other endings, like argues for a true ending. Like this felt bad. Like, right? Like this felt like I went through, turns out we were never meant to be saved. Here's a surreal image that's unclear what it is, and the game closes. I'm curious as like if there's an ending that's like, yeah, things turned out all right. I don't know. Does it? There are no good and bad endings. Okay. So that it the game, at least with that ending, definitely wants a whole lot of ambiguity. Like there's the that like all of them have some complementary information. Okay, so if I go through and get each ending, I'll presumably like assemble a sort of understanding of what the whole situation is. Okay. Let's see. That was an hour and a half. I'm trying to think if I want to do another ending here or just leave it. I might just leave it. Stars Die is the name of the game. It's by Eric Juvi. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. So the music is great. The music is by Connor Ort, O-R-T, Linning. You can go to the link in the chat, and it'll be on the, if you're watching this on YouTube in the archive afterwards, it's in the description. And done by a bunch of people, like art, music, a whole bunch of people worked on it. But we have. Are you the? Would you call yourself the lead designer? Is that your role on the team? Boy, thoughts about this. So the title Stars Die is interesting because it puts me in mind. So there's some Lovecraftian stuff, and usual caveat: Lovecraft is a huge ass racist and terrible. Occasional collaborators, okay. So pulling in people for tasks that they're especially good at, with the kind of the central design and work being done by Eric Juvi. So Lovecraft did a lot of like otherworldly cosmic shit and weird elder gods coming to Earth and worry about the transformation of humanity and all that. There's a famous line from, is it originally from Endless whatever, the thing that was in my game? Anyway, there's a famous line that is I'm misremembering the line. Anyway, within strange aeons, even death can die, and the idea of like that there, the question of, are there entities which can die, and if you cannot die, like what is the nature of a being that cannot even die? And especially in a situation where like all things can end, and the image of Stars Die is very like all things can end, or all things can change, all things can transition. Who knows exactly where that lies? But cool. I like this. Yeah, and again, if you're just joining, this game was in the itch.io bundle for racial justice. So if you bought that huge bundle that had like hundreds and hundreds of games, you already own this. Otherwise, it is very very affordable. I highly recommend checking it out. There's definitely some paths that I didn't take, and I get the option. I get the understanding that like I could have taken a different path to get to where I was. Like definitely there were dialogue options that I'm like pained that I didn't take. And yeah, there's also an option for like if you really want to play it and you're unable to, there's an option. I missed entire conversations. Exciting. Okay. Presumably other than just like the ending ones. So yeah, I'm curious to know more about. I don't know if the game will satisfy me, but I'm curious to know more about the whole and like what did I do? Like I'm a deserter. What did I do that was so terrible deserting? But yeah. Anyway. Thank you very much. We didn't end up talking much about it, but I'm Gregory Avery. We're of Future Proof Games. We've made some interesting stuff. If you like the idea of Stars Die, you should check out our game Ossuary, which is very different, but also a game about different philosophies arguing with each other. Thank you for making it. Thank you for joining us and hanging out. Our current project is a supplement to our tabletop role-playing game, Rosette Diceless, which we're working on. Yeah, I think your writing was not at all sloppy. I mentioned a few cases where they're just minor errors here and there. I think it was great. I think that there are games that I play where it is a little bit tricky to figure out what they're doing with their words. This is not that. This was just like, oh, hey, there's a typo. It was very evocative is one thing that I always like when I'm reading or writing. If you want to keep up with stuff that Future Proof Games is doing, then you can follow us on Twitter or play Future Proof. You can go to futureproofgames.com where we have a blog. We've got a mailing list. We've got a YouTube account. Melissa Avery MD will dump stuff in the chat, and there will be stuff in the description if you're watching on YouTube. And if you want to check out this game, there's a link in chat or in the description. And I think that the creator is working on something else that's unannounced, if I remember right. Yes, an unannounced game with one of the people that I think that they interacted with that they collaborated with on this. So you can keep an eye on their stuff by following them. There's a link on the itch page. Boy, I think that's all. We have a newsletter if you want to sign it up. Very different, exciting. I like I would totally enjoy another game like this. I'm also very interested in like, what's the game that's not like this that this person and these people do? It'd be cool. So, yeah, cool. I think that's it. Thank you for joining us. We do this every couple weeks. What is the? I always mean to check and never remember to check what Melissa's next thing will be. You can always check our Far From Noise. That's right. You can always follow when our next thing will be by going to futureproofgames.com/streams. And if you have seen us play something and you have a suggestion for something that we should play that's relatively short or at least can be experienced in a single, or it can be worthwhile. It's worthwhile to experience it in a single session of 3 hours or less, and is kind of in line with our perspective of compassion and people being people, and probably not about murdering things, although that's okay occasionally. Let us know. Let us know if you think your stuff would be a good fit, because we've in the past been very happy with playing stuff that people have suggested to us. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the conversation with a moose on a cliff game, or a deer. I don't remember if it's a moose. It's something with antlers. So yeah, I'm rambling on far too much. Futureproofgames.com. Check out Stars Die, especially if you're dissatisfied with the ending I got, and see what ending you get. Thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye.
Life's a foolish game. Do you ever feel the same? Well, maybe we could change. Turn the ship another way. Feel it in the darkness. We're sailing right into those jagged cliffs.